We're on the road. Where transportation goes, community grows. Welcome to On the Road with the MTA. And welcome to another edition of On the Road with the MTA. I'm Jay Gibbons alongside with Stephanie Kay from the MTA. What does MTA stand for?
Mass Transportation Authority, or Man, That's Awesome.
There we go.
And hey, we're back to work. We're back after a Labor Day weekend celebration. Did you have a good one?
Yes, it did.
Me too. Well, good. Having a day off work is always nice, right?
Always nice. It's always nice to get away and do a little last-minute summer camping.
Yeah. Oh, you camp? I love camping.
Yeah.
I don't have the equipment. I don't really have anybody to go with. But my girlfriends would go with something. I'll tag along, and I do love that.
Yep.
You cook out at night.
Cook out.
Sleep better.
Yeah. Take the kayaks. Take the bikes. Take the
Where
dog
do
with
you
you.
go?
Well, this time we went to Sault Ste. Marie.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
How long were you able to go up there? Because once that's a long drive, you want to stay.
No, it's not that far. It's like only 4 hours, 4.5 hours.
That's not too bad.
So,
okay.
and it's, we stayed up there for a good four days, I think it was. So.
Nice. Yeah. I went to Traverse City to babysit a friend of mine, her dog in the house, and I was helping my friend do that. So,
yes.
Pretty nice. Yep. I do love that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get that boating time in while you can.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting colder out now. Darn it. Labor Day's over. Time to get back to work and school, everything else.
Everybody gets back to the grinder.
Yeah. But talking about work, we have a new employee here at work, and he works with you.
Yes, he does.
I am so impressed with him, too. He's just a nice young man. His name is Noah Burns, and Noah just turned 19, so happy birthday, Noah.
Thank you.
So where did you come from? Like, what school? Where'd you go?
So I went to Carmen Ainsworth.
Oh.
Actually really not too far from where I live. So, yeah.
What did you study? Like, what did you want to continue on with?
I think ever since I've always kind of wanted to go into IT, ever since my probably junior year of high school. So
how'd you fall into that? How'd you know that's what you wanted to do?
Building my own computer for gaming.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's really not that hard. It's kind of like Lego pieces.
Oh, listen, it was not that hard. Yeah.
Well, it's fun.
Well, for you guys, yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. So now you have a job in IT.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it so far? You can say
I love
so.
It. Yeah.
You can tell us if you don't.
Well, I do. I really do enjoy this job. It's
Good.
It's a big difference from minimum wage jobs. You get treated like an adult, which is always a plus.
And you get the extra cash. That's always nice too.
Yeah.
And you get your birthday paid off. Did you know that? Well, you just started, so maybe not yet.
Yeah, not yet for me.
I think it's a whole year that you have to have in here first.
It's after the probationary period, whatever that is.
90 days, perhaps.
So,
something like that.
I think it's 6 months, I think.
Well, yeah, and they have a
or a year,
great
I can remember.
benefits program, everything. Yep. It's a great place to work at MTA.
Yep.
That's why I say, man, that's awesome.
That's right.
It starts off with our drivers, man. They are our backbone, because without them, we wouldn't need to do anything that we're doing here. So we really appreciate them taking people to the doctor's office that couldn't ordinarily get there, and the grocery store. So you have to feel like it's rewarding too that way, right?
Yeah, it is. It is rewarding to help people. Even if like the issues are like annoying or whatever.
Well, I'm going to be annoying you a lot, because I know I had a dinner to go to for the Ally Challenge, and they said, well, put that on your Ticketmaster and slide that into your wallet, your digital wallet. And I had to call you and say, what? Because the Ticketmaster app, I did not have it on my phone, so you helped me do that. But I don't have a Gmail address for my digital wallet, so I was totally lost. And you were so patient and came down and showed me how to do it. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, beware. I'll be calling you a lot now.
It's funny. Every time people say thank you, just be like, well, I am just doing my job.
My job, yeah. But you were so good at it. You got right back with me, and you were patient with it, and you got it done. So thank you for that.
No problem.
I got your cell number in my back pocket. I'll be calling you all the time. Hey, Noah. That way I won't be bugging you so much, Jay.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
So how many people are in the IT department now?
9, 10, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, when you think of IT, you think it's your computer. If your computer goes down, you call you guys. But what else do you do up there?
We do everything.
Well, okay, everything. Like you had a meeting today. What was that about?
That was about the training for the new dashboard for the new EV vehicles. Really, from what I know, IT won't be too involved with it, but something we should know about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part to do in the IT?
I do like the help desk, but I really love networking, which is making computers talk to each other.
Oh, okay.
Like Wi-Fi, generally. I find it really interesting.
Now, you guys also have to be on top of things when it comes to spam or any kind of like
cybersecurity. Yeah.
Yes, that
goes
huge.
hand in hand with networking. Yes.
Now, I just heard something like in this last week. They said everyone's social security numbers were breached. There was some kind of a
3 point. How many was it? Was it 36 million or over 3 billion. I can't remember.
It was a lot. They said like everybody. So should we be worried about that?
Well, you just have to monitor your credit report on a regular basis. Make sure that your identity is not getting stolen. But usually, banks and other credit agencies are usually pretty good about warning you. But it's always a good idea to have something like Norton LifeLock and stuff like that.
Yeah, I really like that.
I know it's expensive, but it's worth every penny because then they monitor everything that happens in your credit.
They've been great. They'll call me and say, "Did you just open a credit card? Did you just do this?" It's like,
and your bank will do that too if they notice fraudulent activity on with your credit card or whatever. They'll say, "Did you authorize this payment?" Which is good. You have to do that because it's gotten really bad.
So just your advice is just to stay on top of things, right? Like look at maybe your credit card every month and make sure there's no extra charges on there and there's no.
Do the old-fashioned thing: balance your checkbook every month.
Yep.
Literally, just take your two fingers, take your checkbook.
But balance it right there. Ha ha ha. Jay. He should be a comedian, shouldn't he, Noah? Give up the day job, be a comedian.
Yeah, well,
Stand up.
Yeah. Well, he's sitting down right now, but he's still funny. So, even my credit card company did that for me because I went to Cancun with my girlfriend years ago, and I take that back. I was shopping at the Genesee Valley Mall years ago when there was actually a mall to shop there. And I was doing Christmas shopping, and I got a phone call. I thought it was going to be a spam from my credit card company saying, "Is that you? Are you making all these charges?" I thought, "Oh, thank you. Yeah, that is me." So it was a very good feeling to know that they check on that. So it's kind of good to have credit cards as long as you pay them off that month and not have the extra fees.
But the other thing you got to watch out for too is like sometimes spammers and scammers will masquerade as your bank, and they'll get you to say yes or no when they call you. Say, "Hey, we're from such and such bank, and we need confirmation if this transaction was you." And they want you to say yes or no, and they do a voice imprint, so that way they can open up, credit lines and all kinds of stuff. It's
I've heard
nasty.
that. Yeah. The one I've heard they do, and you guys probably heard this, is they'll say, "Hi, can you hear me? Okay."
Yes.
Don't ever say
yes.
Right. Just say, "Can you hear me?" And then that, just keep asking other questions back. Yeah.
Usually, I try to block those kind of calls. If that number is not in my contact list, I don't.
Oh, good. Respond. Especially with all the political stuff right now.
Oh, goodness gracious! Yeah, I've probably gotten 300 calls, and they all get spam and blocked. Yep. So
and emails too. How do they get my darn email? Because there's both sides. As soon as I see it says something political, it's delete. But how do they get that?
That's weird. They never message me, even though I now can vote.
Yes, you're a first-time voter this time around.
Yeah, I am pretty excited.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm so glad you've joined us. So how long have you been here? I know you just had a birthday. You just turned 19, but how long have you been in this position at MTA?
A year.
Oh, 1 year.
Yep. He started off as an intern. Now he's moving up.
That's cool.
Yep. Yeah.
So how did the internship happen? Like if somebody's listening right now, they're in high school. How did that internship happen for you?
My high school, and pretty much every high school in the Genesee County, they have the ability to go to a place called Genesee Career Institute.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
used to be Skill Center. I went there.
Yeah, Skill Center used to be called. And so my teacher, he liked getting people into different positions after high school. Like a couple of the kids in my class went to Hurley to go work.
Oh. Did they like that? Did they stay and get jobs,
From what I know, yeah.
Good.
And one of them was MTA, and I ended up getting the job. So
good.
Now I'm here.
So could you choose the internship you wanted, or did they just kind of give it to you?
I could have chosen Hurley, but they weren't kind of looking for people until after I started working. So I thought MTA was a good opportunity anyway.
It's a great opportunity. It really is because
I had to go through the whole interview process because he was the only intern we interviewed. So.
Oh, sure. Yep. Well, what I like too is you can really work your way up because I don't know if you've met Martina Burton yet, but she was on the podcast as well. She started off as a driver, and then she went to, I think she was a janitor, and then she went to the inventory, and then she went over to HR, and now she's the manager of customer service.
Yeah, great.
And she's worked, and her husband works here, and her son works here, her mother works here, I think her daughter works here. So it's it's got to be good if the whole family works here.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even know. I thought I've only ever met her husband. I haven't met the rest of her family.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's great too. Delano.
And Noah works hard. Not only is he balancing, almost a full-time work schedule, but he's also going to school.
Oh, you're continuing on to school as well.
Yep. No, I'm in college right now.
Which college are you attending?
U of M Flint right now.
Oh, that's where I went. Well, good. It's kind of hard balancing that, isn't it?
I'm about to really find out next week. My first first 2 semesters I took only 2 classes. So,
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I'm taking the full spread.
So how many credit hours you got going this time?
I don't know the
16,
credit
I think,
hours,
yeah.
but I know I'm taking 4 classes.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
a
lot.
lot. It is a
That's
lot. Are they all IT classes, or do you have to do the
No,
prerequisites?
I still got to do the gen eds.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them. I'm actually doing my fine arts credits.
Oh, that was fun for me. I like that.
Yeah, photographic printmaking.
You'll be great at that. You're going to love that.
Really?
I think so. My daughter's a graphic artist, and she loves it, all that stuff. And I had to get my prerequisites, so I was a single mom with 2 kids. I went to Mott to get all the prerequisites, and then I went over to U of M. And that was in a more inexpensive way to do it.
Oh, yeah.
It worked out well. So, yeah, I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you're going to be good at that.
Yeah.
You can take all of our pictures for Christmas and everything. But
Yeah, I'm just getting through. I'll probably lose all the information after.
at least you're honest. Well, you can make the pictures for our IDs, because I think I need a new one. They get like all blurry. Did yours get blurry too?
I've got 2 cards in here. There's I've got angry face and then a smiley face.
Yes.
Yeah, even mine's starting to get kind of blurry.
Why is that? Why did this get so blurry?
I think it's something to do with the cover. Maybe like
That could be.
moving around in your pocket will make it
Yeah.
smudged and.
Well, I look like a horror film on that one. looks like really bad plastic surgery or something, doesn't it? Face all smushed. Oh, wow. So do you have any friends that want to come over here? Have you talked to people that you've gone to school with?
Not really. I'm gonna be honest.
Or your family or anybody?
Most of my friends don't have any interest in IT. And,
Oh.
yeah.
What about your
Never-
family? Brothers,
no.
sisters? Kid?
No, my brother, tradesman.
Oh, what's he do?
He wants to be a carpenter.
Hey, that's great. You know, you need that skilled
yeah.
trades. That's wonderful.
Yep.
And they make great money, too.
Oh yeah.
Good for him.
Yep.
No sisters?
Nope.
You probably like that, don't you?
I want to know.
So the toilet seat's always up in your house, isn't it? And your mom's like, put that down.
No, my mom doesn't really complain. Funny enough, my dad and my mom have separate bathrooms.
Oh,
You know?
that's great, man. That saves a lot of marriages, I'm sure.
Uh-huh. 1 toilet seat's up, 1 toilet seat's down.
Yep. One smells really good and pretty. And I'm sure anyway, that's right. Good enough. How about animals? Do you have any kind of pets?
I have 2 dogs right now.
2? What
Yes.
kind?
One is an Old English Bulldog and the other is a Frenchie.
Do they get
Aw,
along?
they're so cute.
Generally, the Frenchie's a puppy, and the Old English, she's an old woman.
And she's like, leave me alone.
yeah,
right?
she's grouchy sometimes.
But the puppy will probably keep her a little bit younger, keep her going.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, before we got him, she always kind of lazed around, but now she plays with them sometimes.
Well,
it's
good.
nice to see her active like that.
Well, sure. What's their names?
So the Old English, her name is Desna, and the Frenchie, his name is Ash, which is Evil Dead.
Did you know that, Jay?
Nope.
So how'd you get the other name?
I forgot. I know it means like the boss. My parents came up with the name,
gotcha.
so I forgot which language, but
Yeah.
she definitely acts like she's the boss of the house. Bulldogs are just so stubborn.
But they're fun, though.
Yeah,
That's-
they're fun.
Do they sleep together, too?
No, actually, Destin sleeps in my bed,
Oh.
and Ash sleeps with my parents.
Oh, okay. So they have their own beds that way, too.
Yes.
So now, do you guys work together in IT? I mean, are you in the same? I know there's
Yep.
a
We
lot
do.
of.
Yep. All of us pretty much work together. I mean, there is the application side, and then there's the hardware side. But we all basically work together.
So what's the most stressful or difficult part of both of your jobs? Like, what is it the hardest to do?
Hardest to do? That's a hard question. The job isn't really stressful.
Good.
I guess sometimes the ticket workload can be a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll be alone. I'm doing it like early in the week, usually like Mondays, and sometimes some Mondays can be a little rough with so many people having.
And you're talking about
issues.
the work ticket, right? Where we're saying, hey, I need help with this. Come on
yeah,
down.
sorry,
Yeah, that's okay. But people listening might think, I knew what you meant. But
okay, yeah. Sometimes the workload can be a lot, but usually after the day, it's fine.
Well, I know you guys have a really good system, because if I call you, Noah, and for some reason you're gone, you're doing something, your phone rings a lot, then it might go to Jeremy or it might go to you. So I like the fact that you guys always have somebody to answer the phones.
Yep.
Because let's face it, we all use our computers, and if it's down, we're in trouble until you guys can come fix it for us.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everyone who has that emergency, like, right now, urgency, fix it.
Yeah, everyone. I mean, everyone's problems are important, but when everybody's problems are important, you gotta
Pick and choose.
Pick
Yeah, it's prioritized. Yeah, it's like,
Well,
okay.
just to let you know, I have chocolate in my office. So
bribery will get you
next
everywhere.
time. Yeah. What about you, Jay? What do you find the most stressful or the hardest part of it?
Well, usually sometimes when you encounter something new that can be somewhat scary, like when you find out about a new 0-day exploit from Microsoft or something, and then you're running around making sure that you've got everything, all your bases covered. So that's that gives you that momentary heart attack, and then you're fine after that.
Now, what about when Google just went down and everyone seemed like they were down? We didn't have any problems here with that, did we?
I don't know if it was Google.
Cloudflare.
The Cloudflare or CrowdStrike thing.
CrowdStrike, sorry.
The CrowdStrike thing was because it was attached to a whole bunch of different systems. But yeah, we weren't affected because we don't have any of those types of services. So.
Well, you guys are right on top of it because I know you're always taking classes.
We have to be. Yeah.
I know Rod Evans, who's in charge of that department, is always looking for the way to protect us. And now we have something called a dark cloud or a dark something,
It's called Dark Trace.
Dark Trace. Yeah. It's new to me because you will say, okay, this looks suspicious. So we have to look at it and say, yes, we want to see it, or no, we don't want to see it.
All right.
Sometimes I don't know if it's going to be something I want. So the last time I said, yeah, I think I want to see this, you guys said, no, I don't think this is going to be good.
Yeah, usually if you request it, because if it gets linked to spam or phishing attempt or what have you, usually it automatically strips of any links and any documents that are in it. But then it comes to us, and then we have to look at see if the email address is absolutely correct, and if it's not, and it goes to some place that is suspicious, then it doesn't get released.
So the average person listening might think, well, how do I know if it's going to be a good email to open up or not? Don't open anything unless you recognize it. And there's going to be, like it says .co and not .com or something that if it doesn't look like it's legitimate. And also if they have like big letters and little letters, like capital and small letters, they say that's usually bad to open.
Some of them get pretty creative where they try to hijack a person's email. They'll make it look like it's coming from someone's email address, but it's not. But if you put your mouse cursor over the top of the email, it'll tell you what the real email is.
Oh, good to know.
So yeah, it's you got to be very, very cautious.
So good advice. So don't open it, but put your cursor over that and see if what comes down.
Sometimes you'll see it'll tell you right there. But if your IT department actually does a pretty good job of stopping that stuff before it even gets to you, then you don't have to worry about it.
But if somebody's just listening at home on their I know like Jessica loves to listen to us all the time, but maybe she doesn't have an IT department that she works with, just at home. That's good advice. Do you have any other advice you can think of to watch for any kind of spams or what to look for?
A lot of they're called actors who send out these emails. A lot of the time they won't be American or they won't speak English at least. Sure. So a lot of times you can look at it and see that English isn't quite right.
Okay, yeah.
So sometimes they are American or from an English speaking country and they're pretty good.
Right.
It's hard to tell, but email address is a big one. Definitely check and see if it's right. They'll sometimes say like, for example, Facebook could be one. It could be, Facebook1 at gmail.com. That could mess with you. And that could be really hard to check because, that little one is different from Facebook.
Right.
So
and I've gotten emails too that said, your package couldn't be delivered because you weren't home or something like that. It's like, wait a minute.
Sometimes you get text messages like that saying that, yeah. And then they have a link in there. If you want to, fix this problem, click here. Don't ever do that.
No. And Facebook Marketplace used to be great. You could sell things and buy things on there. But anymore, they'll say, let me call you. What's your phone number? I'll text you. It's like, no. If we're communicating here and I'll meet you at a local place with somebody. But if they ask for your phone number, it's not usually good.
Use your common sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but a lot of people don't know this. That's why we're trying to help them to identify that. And they'll call you and say, this is Microsoft and your computer has a problem. We need to help you get through there. We'll get into computer for you and show you where the problems are.
Yeah, that's something Microsoft will never do. Microsoft will never try to access your computer remotely.
Good to know.
If someone ever does, you can just hang up on them and don't answer the phone.
And they say Social Security will never call you. They're not going to call you and ask you for information. They'll send you an email or mail. I think a snail mail.
Yeah.
So that's always good to know. Well, see, we're helping people. See, look at that. No, not just helping us, but you're helping the whole community listening to us. That's great.
That's right.
All right. Any more last information before we let you get back to work? Because I don't want to keep you too long because then I need you up there to fix my computer. Any last minute words you'd like to say?
No, I think I'm all.
Oh, yeah? You're all set?
Yeah.
For now. We're going to be back in about a year here and see how you're doing.
Check up on me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be ready.
How about you, Jenny? Last minute words?
Nope. No last minute words. No last 30-second words. No last 10-second words. No.
Well, my words, I'm glad you guys were here. Thank you for taking the time away from your office to do this for us because we'd love to get to know you better. And Jay, bring some more people down too. I love to get to meet.
Yeah, we got a whole other crew up there. We can bring them down once every so often.
Well, we had KP on here. It's long ago now. You know KP up there, right?
Yep.
And did she start up at the same time you did or after?
way after. Almost.
Yeah.
She actually almost started at my 1 year mark.
Did she?
Yeah.
Okay. I know she was here not too long ago, and she said she worked at ABC 12, and I did radio for 25 years, so I knew a lot of people from ABC 12. And it was so funny because once she was on, a lot of people from ABC 12 said, "Oh my gosh, remember KP? How you doing?" So it was a little connection there. So you might be getting people from Carmen Ainsworth saying hi to you as well.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, they can listen to this. Where can they listen, Jay?
They can listen to wherever you listen to podcasts, from Apple to Google to Spotify. It's everywhere.
And I put it on our Facebook page. You can go to MTA space Facebook page. Also, Friends of Public Transportation is a Facebook page, and my personal Facebook page, Stephanie K. Confer. So we can definitely listen there, and then you can share it. I'll send it to you too. As soon as it's all edited, we'll send it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. And share it with your friends.
Yep.
And share the information every week on the road with the MTA, Stephanie K. and Jay.
That's right.
And Noah Burns. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And please join us next week as we bring you something else more exciting, like Jay always says.
You've been listening to On the Road with the MTA. For more information on our services and community outreach, visit us online anytime at www.mtaflint.org. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The MTA, your community, your connection, your way.